So I wanted to talk about a little bit with what we're doing with our gardening and a little bit more in depth. We went over planting by the moon phases, first, second, third, fourth quarter, and according to the constellations. But I want to get into like our soil, what we're doing with our soil. So the soil we use comes from Humble Acres, and basically what they do is they have these protein plants, like Valley Proteins, American Proteins. They had this mixture, and it all comes from chickens mostly, that they mix into the soil. It's got a lot of chicken poop. It's got pretty much any part of the chicken you can think of. It works really well, and that's what we use. Now, chicken poop is mostly nitrogen, so that's good for like your greens. Now, whenever we get into fruit trees and stuff like that, we use the same soil, but we want to add some phosphorus on top of it. So we have rabbit poop and sheep poop. That's why we had the rabbits and the sheep on that side. So what we are doing is, our garden right now is 16 foot by 32 foot, and we did it 1.5 foot deep. So what we're doing with that is, it's eventually going to be my compost pile. Now I will also eventually only do root crops in there, like carrots, onions, beets, turnips, stuff like that, in that garden, and we'll have 6-inch to 8-inch deep strips that will be for all the stuff that doesn't grow down into deep roots. Now my goal with that, with the compost, is to mix chicken poop from our chicken coop in there. We'll mix the sheep poop with the sawdust in there, and we'll also do the rabbit poop mixed in there. Old hay, old stalks from crops will be tilled up and thrown in there, and it'll be a giant compost pile. Reason being is, I bought a 10-ton truck of that Humble Acre soil, this is really a good price, but I don't want to have to spend $780 a year every 2 years. That soil's good for 2 years. I just want to get away from that, and I really want to be able to make my own soil. So that's kind of the route we're going with that. Now, that being said, also, that's how we're taking care of our soil. That's what we're doing with that. We are still planting according to the moon and the stars on top of that. And our plants are doing really well. I'm really satisfied with the Organo Republic seeds. They're doing tremendous. So, like, just to put this in perspective again, this is some old seed we had. This stuff is about 3-4 weeks old. This is about a week old. All that's about a week old. And it's done really well. I think that's about it for the produce. Now, like with some of your vine type stuff, we do go through and pinch the suckers off, kind of like you do tomato plants, like the squash and the zucchinis and acorn squash. There's only certain I think it's the acorn and the winter type squash that are vine type. I think everything else I got, like the zucchinis, are bush type. We will go through and pick the suckers out of those. Now, stuff like grafting and cloning vines and stuff like that, we are learning that. We are going to be doing some of that. That's where I got to get some more experience in. But thankfully I've got Tommy, the man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Elkins, because he knows how to do anything and everything in the world, and I've never seen anything quite like it, honestly. He's the most amazing human being I've ever seen on the face of this planet. That's the only way I can describe him. And he's done a lot of it, and if he hasn't done it, he's got so much knowledge on it that he just helps us out with it a lot. But that's really all I want to do. I wanted to put like an informational video out just about planting. That basically covered most of it. The only other thing is, like, you got to look, and you can look at your seed packets. You look on the back, it tells you what months you can plant. There's sites that can help with that also. You basically want to learn that, and you don't really have to learn that. It's kind of the cool thing. All you got to do is look at the back of the seed pack, and it'll tell you roughly when to plant. So you divide all your seeds up. We separate all the seeds between like soil temperatures, and then we divide them back up again between green fruit producing. Like when I say fruit producing, I'm talking like squash, acorn squash, pumpkins, stuff like that, on top of strawberries, grapes, those type of things, blueberries. Anything green leaf, I do. That's like kale, spinach, Brussels sprouts, stuff like that. And then your root crops, turnips, radishes, onions, that sort. We break everything up like that also on top of the soil temperatures, and it actually makes it a little bit easier, because you don't have to get out there and plant 400,000 things at one time. You have everything broke down, separated, planned out, and you end up planting 5-6 crops, maybe 7 crops every time you go to plant, and it works out pretty good. The biggest thing with like broccoli and cauliflower is we had a lot more success with broccoli and cauliflower planting in Libra whenever the moon goes into Libra, because Libra is specifically a flower day for that. I need to get some like recordings or something of my little charts that I got from Tommy, because these charts are going to help out a lot. Maybe I'll be able to post them or something. It really does help a lot. It's helped us a ton, and I think that's about it. We're here in a little while. I still got about another month and a half. We're going to go over some steering and weathering videos. I say steering. So I got 3 rams I've got to castrate, and I was going to show both techniques, just for it to be an informational video. We'll do the banding, and then we'll also do how you steer a calf. Most of the time we'll just cut a third sack off and pull them things out. But